Well, we've had a light show here in Eindhoven, and as the Champions League anthem rings out around the Philips Stadion, the red and white flags are flying from every PSV supporter in this tight and compact stadium that holds 35,000. Just under 2,000 Tottenham supporters have made the short trip to Holland. They're housed in the far corner, caged in, high up away to our left-hand side, as the Tottenham Hotspur side line up down below, and this is the team that Maurizio Pochettino has selected. 3 changes from the side that beat West Ham. Dembele, Son and Eriksen come into the side at the expense of Sissoko, Lamela and Winks. So it's Lloris in goal, a back four of Trippier, Sanchez, Alderweireld and Davis, Dyer and Dembele, the 2 sitting midfielders, with Son, Eriksen and Lucas Moura behind Harry Kane. From the side that dismantled Emmen at the weekend, 6-0 for this free-scoring PSV side, current league leaders, and the reigning Dutch champions. 1 alteration from the weekend, and that change is that Donyell Malen has replaced Bergwijn, who picked up a knock. So Zoet is in goal, Dumfries, Weerhever, Schwab and Angelino across the back. Angelino, who made 3 appearances for Manchester City, the Spanish under-21 international, signed in the summer. 3 in midfield of Rosario, Pereiro and Hendricks, with Lozano, Malen and Luc de Jong. Luc de Jong, who in fact when he was at 20 Enschede earlier in his career, Tottenham were monitoring him, although given his form for Newcastle United 2 or 3 seasons ago, where he didn't score in 12 appearances on loan, but maybe glad that he didn't make the move to England. However, here in Holland he's scored 9 goals this season, but the fact that there's no Bergwijn is certainly good news as far as Tottenham are concerned, who are wearing their change strip, the Neptune green. I'm reliably informed is the shade of green for Tottenham Hotspur against PSV in their traditional colours, the red and white striped shirts and the black shorts, and both sides under pressure, Chris Waddle, to get the 3 points.
Yeah, I think it would be interesting to see how PSV approach this game. Will they sit back and bring Tottenham on? A very confident side, winning every game in the league and playing some great stuff. They'll be very confident tonight, but the good thing about this is both teams know a draw's no good.
No. You could say that it really starts here, the knockout stages for Tottenham, because if they don't win, then they're going to find it extremely difficult to go through. Don't forget, you can listen to our commentary this evening and also tonight, because it's another double header for you on 5 Live. As soon as this game finishes, Anfield, Liverpool, Red Star Belgrade, that's underway at 8. You can listen to both games via the red button on your television, and also through the BBC Sport website. Just click on 5 Live final score. It'll certainly be relevant tonight with the other Champions League games, and of course 5 matches in the Championship, keeping up to date to help bide your time as you listen to the second Champions League game. But this is all about Tottenham Hotspur, and here we are live in Eindhoven as the home side get us underway to a roar from their raucous supporters. PSV playing from right to left as we look, high at the back of this main stand, and Tottenham Hotspur therefore in their change strip of green from left to right. Ball is headed out early towards this near side. Malen, Angelino on the overlap, look there towards the former Arsenal Academy prospect, also had a spell at the Ajax Academy before he was signed by PSV in 2017, only 19 years of age, but a player of promise, as Angelino waits to take the throw down below. 3 appearances he made for Manchester City. Ball-headed left-back, Sanchez will clear, strikes the chest of Son, rebounds to Lozano, out towards that far side. Dumfries will get forward, Denzel Dumfries, who made his Dutch debut against Germany earlier this month. Right back, seeing a lot of the ball in the early stages. Will like to push the full-backs on, as the ball is played out towards this near side by Weerhever, and it's an aimless ball down forward on this near side and gathered in by Lloris.
Well, it's expected. They come out the blocks very quick, PSV, and Tottenham playing football at the back, very confident, high risk, but doing well. They've still got it. They've come out of that very, very well.
Very well, as they got to navigate it away from the press from PSV. Eriksen, who returned off the bench against West Ham at the weekend after missing 4 matches with an abdomen injury. He'll be a welcome return to that midfield, the Danish playmaker, as he collects the ball to Dembele. Davis was thinking about going on ahead of him. Dembele will wait. as the Dutch supporters with the drum creating the heartbeat of the atmosphere inside the Philips Stadion. Enthusiastic support, as you'd expect, for a must-win game for both sides. BBC Radio 5 live here in Holland. Lucas Moura runs forward now, and he shoots, and his right-footed effort from outside the area, always on the rise, over the top, goal kick, 0-0.
Well, it's easy to say he made the wrong decision. He had Trippier bombing down the right-hand side. He could have rolled him in, and he was getting behind the back four. He could have put a cross in. But let's be honest, he got in a great position, turned, he was running, nobody closed him down. He got within 22, 23 yards. He had to have a shot.
So went out for a goal kick that Jeroen Zoet, the Dutch international, will eventually take. Dumfries is forward over on that far side, the right. He climbs, it comes off the head of Davis, and it goes out of play for a throw. I think everything seems to have passed off in the town centre without incident, because there were real concerns from both the Met Police and the Dutch authorities about trouble. There was a strict ticketing policy in place, and the police presence was high in the town of Eindhoven. When they last met in 2008, there were disturbances between the two sets of supporters, as Lloris to Alderweireld, again under pressure to Davis. PSV pressing high up the pitch and putting pressure on Tottenham, and on this occasion they've won the ball against Davis, but then it breaks down and Eriksson is there to stroke the ball away into space for Trippier on this near side.
They do take risks at times, Tottenham. It's lovely when it comes off, doesn't it? Like it has on a couple of occasions, but there, the ball had to go. Davis got caught.
Dembele darts in between Lozano and De Jong. Nice little touch by Eriksson to Kane, feeds the ball out to Trippier. First time cross comes in low towards Son, and it was Dumfries on the cover that had to make the challenge, because that was a slick move by Tottenham.
Brilliant football by Tottenham there, and the way they're moving the ball very quickly, 1-2 touch football. You've got to see already, Tottenham look far stronger than PSV.
There was, I think it was Verheven who's just had a talking to from the Slovenian referee. It was a late challenge on Eriksson. Delightful little touch, as Trippier is going to take the corner kick for Tottenham. 0-0, BBC Radio 5 live, and it comes now from Trippier, aimed towards Harry Kane, cleared by PSV. Eriksson back to Dembele. Every outfield player is in the PSV half. Davis will flick the ball forward, gathered in by the goalkeeper, decked out all in green, as PSV will bowl the ball out from the back. 0-0, 5 minutes played. Noisy atmosphere, and decent start to the game.
It is. PSV are playing very quick football, but when they're not in possession, PSV, Tottenham's got through them three times already, so you've got to say Tottenham looks stronger.
Already the PSV club officials are bringing out refreshments, which is a good job, because we won't be going anywhere at half time, I can tell you that for a fact. The way that we're wedged into our common position
that's
here.
That's low-fat milk you've got in that.
As Lozano tries to get away from Davis. Lozano caught by Davis. Free kick. To be honest with you, I'm more worried about you spilling this coffee than anything else. As a free kick to PSV, 30 yards out from goal. And Tottenham have everybody back. Must-win match, remember this, in the Champions League. Now Pereiro is standing over the free kick. Lozano is also there, but the way that Gaston Pereiro, the Uruguayan international, has placed this ball down, he's going to strike it left-footed. Lloris has got himself a two-man wall. Every Spurs player is back on the edge of the penalty area. 0-0. We're 5 live. We're live in Holland. Pereiro waits. Lozano is also there. Pereiro left-footed, and in the end it lacked the direction. Hugo Lloris had it easily covered as it goes out for a goal kick. Goalless.
No, well, poor effort, wasn't it? If you're going to have a shot, put some pace on it from that distance. He didn't, and a quick start from Lloris. Tottenham on move again.
Lucas Moura will head the ball, cleared away though by Daniel Schwab, who's a German defender. Now with Angelino forward. Marlon plays it back to Hendricks, gets away from Marlon, and there is Dembele just to tidy things up in the midfield for Tottenham Hotspur. BBC Radio 5 live, this double header of Champions League games with Liverpool against Red Star Belgrade from Anfield to come from 8 o'clock. Liverpool, who are just a point behind Napoli in Group C, and will surely look to try and take full advantage of the back-to-back games against the Serbian side to consolidate their position in that group to progress to the knockout stages. Dyer, left of the centre circle. Dyer's diagonal ball along the ground. Trippier will put pressure on Angelino. Like he'd switched off there a little bit, the former Manchester City player. In the end, he had a glance around and slid across the surface. Was raining ahead of the game. I think it's relented a little bit now, and out of play it goes for a throw to PSV. So the last touch came off Trippier. So Angelino with the throw on this near side. Trippier will head it back towards Harry Kane. Angelino jumps in the air. Lucas Moura finds Eriksen again, a nice little touch, but then he runs into trouble as Pereira will switch play, and Dumfries is forced a little bit further back over on that far side. He keeps the ball in play, closed down by Son, clears long. Davies will play it forward. Tottenham, you think, Chris, seems to be getting more of a grip in the midfield.
Yeah,
now.
they dominate. I think, as I said, PSV in possession, carry a threat. You can see that they've got good movement, some pacey players, clever players. But when they haven't got it, they don't like marking. They don't get close enough to Tottenham. And Tottenham really are just passing around them quite easily.
Lucas Moura in field. Eriksen, central area, strokes it to Son. Davies makes a run on the inside of him to the edge of the penalty area. Son tries to play it. That was blocked by Lozano. Appeals for handball. Comes out to Eriksen. Eriksen looks up, plays it in. And it goes straight through to the goalkeeper. Zoot away to our right-hand side. 8 minutes played, and it is still 0-0.
Tottenham's just got to sort the final third out. Up to the final third, they're playing the ball very quickly. 1-2, 2-touch, 1-touch, 2-touch. Quickly, PSV can't get near them. But that little bit of quality need in the final third. What's letting them down at the minute?
Dembele, forward ball out towards this near side. Lucas Moura, a nice little turn. Ball stays in play. He finds Kane. Kane back to Dembele. Dembele coming forward. Eriksen is backpedaling away from the ball. He still then takes it to feet. Back to Dembele. Central area. Midway through the PSV half. Dembele under pressure. Holds onto the ball. He's done well. Sanchez. Of course, he'll know Dutch football very well from his days at Ajax. To Trippier. Back with Sanchez. Tottenham at the minute now starting to dictate this game as Dyer finds himself free in the centre circle. PSV have every red and white striped shirt back behind the ball. 5 live in the stadium. Exclusive commentary here from Holland for you on 5 Live, and then we'll be in Anfield later on. Ball played by Dyer out to Trippier. That wasn't a bad ball. Trippier lifts it forward. Lucas Moura makes the run. Hendricks has gone with him, and it goes behind off his head of the midfielder, behind for a corner kick to Tottenham.
Well, it's there for Tottenham if they want it, because they're dominating the ball wherever, not just midfield. Trippier's getting in very well. Dembele's running the game. There's nobody near them. They can do what they want when they get the ball. It's just that final third, they're not creating enough.
That's the views of the former Tottenham player, the former England international, of course, Chris Waddle. A regular and familiar voice on BBC Radio 5 Live. Trippier with the corner kick. Headed away by Dumfries. Headed back in a central area by Ben Davies. Eriksen just lost out there. And now there's a break on for PSV. And Marlon to Lozano. Lozano tries to get away from Dembele, but Dembele sticks to the task. Matches him stride for stride. Forces him out towards this near side. And then Dembele takes out the Mexican international and gives away a free kick. Now the referee's going to let that one go, but Dembele might well talk himself into the book.
I think he's got a point here now. He dived. There's no doubt about that. I can't believe the referee bought it.
Well, the referee does let him get away with it. He wasn't going to take any action. They're talking to Kane because of the descent from Dembele. But it's a free kick to PSV. Still 0-0. Just over 10 minutes played inside the Philips Stadion. Pereira and Lozano again are the two takers for this free kick. If Lozano's going to strike it, it might be an in-swinger. Pereira would be the away swinger. Luke de Jong. You've got Rosario up there as well. In fact, they've pulled it to the edge of the area. Angelino with a first-time strike. Left-footed, again, always on the rise from the edge of the area. High into the stand, away to our left. Goalless.
Well, they've been spotted doing this. You know, when you scout these teams, you write down all the set pieces, what they do. That looks like a well-rehearsed one. Maybe Tottenham saw them doing it in a game previous, and they want to that.
Tottenham in the change strip. The green strip for Spurs, playing from left to right. Manchester City, of course, last night, terrific win in Ukraine against Shakhtar Donetsk. You won't want to miss this programme we've got for you tomorrow, 7 till 8. Pep Guardiola special, Music and Me, an exclusive interview with Guardiola talking to Guillaume Balaguer. 7 till 8 tomorrow. If, of course, you miss it, you've always got the option of the BBC iPlayer, and in fact I think I'm right in saying that there'll be a special on the podcast, which of course can be downloaded as it is every morning, the 5 Live Football Daily. There will be a special about that programme, and it's something to look forward to tomorrow night, 7 till 8, Guardiola with Guillaume Balaguer. A few musical tracks too. Here, Tottenham have got to make sure that they get it right, because even a point realistically might not be enough. Same for both sides, of course. In Group B, Barcelona and Inter, who play later on, both on 6 points. Spurs and PSV yet to pick up a point, and that's why it's crucial they get 3 and open up their account tonight. Davis, diagonal ball, cut out though by Rosario, just tickled it away from Eriksen and out of play for that far side. Yet to really see Harry Kane.
No, he's been coming a little bit deep. He's trying to move around the 2 centre-halves, trying to get a bit of space, but they've marshalled him very well so far. And they've not really created a chance. For all Tottenham on the better side, they're moving the ball, and PSV, look how many behind the ball, how deep they are. Tottenham's not yet, looking for Lucas Moura to go and beat a fullback, go and beat somebody. Eriksen, can he create something? At the minute, they're not.
Trippier looks to Lucas Moura. He's hemmed in down by the corner flag away to our right. And it'll be a PSV throw on this near side there left, as they play from right to left, defending the end where the more vociferous PSV supporters are, clapping in unison, standing up, a number of them all wearing the dark jackets, a little bit like that section that they used to do at Crystal Palace in the Holmesdale Road end. So they're making plenty of noise, but as it is, neither side is yet to have that one clear-cut opportunity in these opening 13 and a half minutes on BBC Radio 5 Live. 0-0. Dembele to Dyer, short of the halfway line. Trippier near side, forward ball. Kane lays it off to Lucas Moura. Moura to Eric Dyer.
They're just not moving the ball quick enough, Tottenham. They're getting it into players' feet very good, but when they need to switch play and get Son one-on-one or Moura one-on-one, it's too many passes. So by the time the ball gets out wide, the whole rest of the PSV defence have moved across with the midfield, so there's no space.
Dembele runs in between 2 PSV players, more towards Harry Kane. Trippier was crying out for it on this near side, the right, totally unmarked. He went for a ball through the middle, and it was just that bit too far ahead of Harry Kane.
Just hit a little bit too hard, but that was better. It was quicker football.
0-0. Vierheva. Rosario gets himself caught by Eriksen. Eriksen, what was it, 5 years ago that he left Dutch football from Ajax to Tottenham. And through Eriksen's persistence, Tottenham have got it now with Son out to Lucas Moura, right-hand side, tries to play it in low, blocked by Angelino, who left Manchester City on loan to Nat Breda last year, alerted PSV. Dembele to Harry Kane, digs it out, the keeper spilt it, and following up was Angelino to clear the ball away. Well, Harry Kane with very little backlift did well to actually dig that out, get the shot away. Zoot made the save as the ball comes in again from the right-hand side. Verhoeven will clear. PSV come under pressure. Angelino then will clear long. Handling from Zoot wouldn't necessarily fill you with confidence, would it, from a PSV point of view?
No, not at all. Bit of nerves there, he drops the ball, but Harry Kane, as you say, no, but couldn't get enough pace on it, could he? Dembele was in the position, he beats the guy on the edge of the box before he gives it Harry Kane. He's 20 yards out. Shoot, there's nobody near you.
He averages a goal a game in Champions League matches away from home. 6 and 6 does Harry Kane. As Son, over on that far side, has his attempted cross from the left-hand side, blocked by the recent Dutch international, Dumfries, behind for a corner kick. Son, who's currently going through his worst ever spell for Tottenham Hotspur without a goal, 18 games. South Korean, who last week was playing against Panama and earning his 75th cap, only on the bench against West Ham United, but one of 3 changes that Pochettino has made. 5 live in Holland, 16 minutes played and it's 0-0. Tottenham know the better side. Corner kick, far side the left, playing from left to right. Trippier curls it in, little flick there, it might reach Kane. Kane turns, takes a deflection, goes over the top of the crossbar, behind for another corner. Kane close again.
Yeah. Great turn and hit, good defending, just gets a block on it. Terrible defending from the corner, you've got to say. The ball comes to somebody's feet. It's Harry Kane's feet it actually drops to. Terrible marking for PSV.
2 opportunities in the space of just over 60 seconds for Harry Kane. There's one corner from the left, a corner then on this near side, the right. The Slovenian referee, who is Slavko Vincic is just having a word with Eric Dyer and a PSV player away to our right-hand side. He's getting quite close to Zoot. And I think it's Dumfries who's trying to shield him away. He's acting as a buffer from Eric Dyer. He's standing his ground, so the referee will be keeping an eye on that. Trippier with the outswinging corner. Kane's header strikes the crossbar. He got it well and directed it, and it struck the apex of the bar on the post. In comes the cross again. Dyer's turn and shot. Fresh air shot from Dyer. Cleared away by Hendrick. Well, a hat-trick of opportunities there for Kane in short succession. Tottenham again look to turn the screw. Headed on this time by Dyer. Drops well wide. Very, very close.
Well, it's there for them, isn't it, the game? We're talking about the need the 3 points Tottenham tonight, and it's there for them. If they keep this up, it's just a matter of time before they score. Just a little bit more quality in the final third.
0-0. Kane with 2 efforts, and then that one that just struck the corner of the bar, still goalless. Playing now for nearly 18 minutes here in the Philips Stadion. Going to try and quieten this crowd, whose victory against Manchester United here in 2015 was their first victory against English sides at home since they beat Arsenal back in 2007. Since then, they'd lost to Spurs and Liverpool on a couple of occasions as well. Liverpool, who are at home to Red Star Belgrade tonight. And commentary, of course, from Anfield from 8 o'clock, hot on the heels of this one. It's another double-header, and it will be the same when the return matches are played, because Red Star Belgrade against Liverpool in Serbia in the start of November will be the early kick-off. You'll hear that on 5 Live, and then we'll be at Wembley for the return match of this. And Tottenham will be hoping to go into that game with 3 points in Group B, their first 3 points, as there's a stoppage in play. Dumfries is the player who's just picked up a knock. The Slovenian referee is having a word with him over on that far side, and only now is play able to return. So a slight stoppage in play. Goalless on 5 Live. Dumfries back to Daniel Schwab. He's got a cast on his left wrist, the German, former under-21 international. It's said that he was part of the successful side that won the Euros in 2009. It was an event that we covered, Chris, in Sweden. Germany beating Stuart Pearce's England in the final, Malmo 4-0. I had to look him up to see where he played. I remember Hooverdes, I remember Hummels and Khedira, Neuer and Boateng. And he was actually a substitute in the final, came on very, very late. Hasn't progressed like the others have. PSV are progressing now. Lozano manages to get away from Davis. Dembele then made the challenge. He's going to be in trouble, Dembele. And there is a yellow card. He got away with the first one earlier in the half. He's now booked. Dembele is booked.
Well, I can understand where he's coming from, but it's his reaction what gets him booked more than anything. He's already had a go at the referee, 10 minutes ago, and now he's having another go at him, saying he's stived or slipped. And the referee blows his whistle, and his reaction of his body language gets him the yellow card.
So the Slovenian referee takes the name of Moussa Dembele, and the first yellow card of the evening is shown. 20 minutes played, and this free kick is about 25 yards out. It's right of centre. Pereiro again has placed the ball down. Lozano is there as well. That's where he's dangerous, the Mexican, when he breaks. But it's the tall, lean figure of Gaston Pereiro who's going to strike this free kick. You'd fancy him to hit it left-footed. Lloris at the minute, all in yellow, leaning up against his left-hand post, trying to orchestrate that wall, to get that left-hand post covered. They've got a player on the end of the wall. Dembele's also there. He's got the vanishing spray out as the referee, and he wants everyone behind that white mark, as it comes now from Pereiro, and it's just wide. And Lloris moved very sharply away to his left. I'm not convinced he'd have got there. That looked close.
No, I totally agree with you. We get the benefit of a replay in front, but he doesn't put a lot of pace on it again. He just lifts it over the wall, and the way Lloris went for it, you thought it was going in. As you say, I don't know if he would have got close to that.
It was a fine effort from the free kick, left-footed, and Lloris, in the end, was quite relieved to see it go wide for PSV. 0-0. Ball played forward by Alderweireld to Davis. Everybody clapping in unison inside the Philips Stadion. Always has been an atmospheric stadium. This, of course, is where Middlesbrough played the UEFA Cup final. What was it, back in 2006 when they lost to Sevilla? Sanchez, Trippier plays it early towards Harry Kane, headed away by Schwab, and it'll run out of play for a Tottenham throw that Trippier will take. Trippier to Eric Dyer. Trippier now finds Dembele, little flick, left-footed ball out towards Davis. Davis over the halfway line. Son, South Korean, goes back with Davis to Sanchez, and again PSV have every red and white striped shirt back behind the ball as Tottenham patiently play it forward. Dyer to Trippier, midway through the PSV half. Lucas Moura now onto the ball, goes back, short diagonal ball to Eriksson. Pressing comes from Daniel Marlin. One change that Mark van Bommel made. Alderweireld, almost at walking pace Tottenham at the moment.
Can't find any space, they're trying a lot of short passes, which is good for PSV. If you're looking for that, both fullbacks are spare most of the time, and this time Dyer tries a difficult ball down the lane which goes out of play down the final third, but they're not moving the ball quick enough at times, Tottenham, so it's alright passing the ball 10 yards, 10 yards, 10 yards, 10 yards. It's very easy to defend against. You've got to take a little bit of risk at times and move that ball a bit further, a bit quicker.
It remains 0-0 on BBC Radio 5 Live. Dembele to Son, now to Eriksson. Davis is making good ground on the far side, the left. Eriksson might not need him. Eriksson tries to go it alone, and it then breaks towards Davis. Derby handball. It just popped up and struck him on the left hand as he tried to have a second crack at goal. But Eriksson, clearly didn't see Davis, but he was making a storming run on that far side.
Yeah, there was a guy chasing him down from behind, and he couldn't get his head up because Davis was on. That was the ball. Just roll it early.
Angelino hoists it to Luke de Jong, heads it forward. Davis on the cover will clear. Dembele tidies up back towards the Welsh international, plays it out towards the left-hand side. Dembele came under pressure, tussling for the ball. Got to be careful, Dembele. He threw Rosario to the ground there. A free kick has actually gone in favour of PSV. He's got to keep his discipline. He's on a yellow card, Dembele.
Well, Tottenham are dominating the football match, so we don't want to go down to 10.
Free kick to PSV. Over 26 minutes played on 5 Live. This double header, 2 back-to-back games in the Champions League. Both these two sides, though, have got to win this one. It's a free kick. Comes across from that right-hand side, and it was Luke de Jong who was getting the run in behind Sanchez. Couldn't keep his header down. Over the top, goal kick, still 0-0.
I think that's the only way they're going to score, PSV. What I've saw them so far, the set piece.
Well, the last time they failed to score here was actually in the Dutch Super Cup on the start of August. Lloris received a ball there from Alderweireld, managed to dig it out. Since then, they've scored 27 goals in their 7 home fixtures. They drew 0-0 with Feyenoord in that Dutch Super Cup and lost on penalties. So they know how to find the back of the net. They haven't been able to translate that form into European competition as the ball goes away from Harry Kane, and Dumfries, the right back, will tidy up with a back pass all the way towards Zoot. Son will go to put pressure on Zoot, almost got stuck underneath his feet and managed to get it away out towards the right hand side to Dumfries. Goes back towards the goalkeeper because of Tottenham pressing, and he clears long. Alderweireld will direct his header out towards Kane. Bouncing ball headed back towards Davis, and he can't return the ball to Harry Kane, and it goes out of play for a PSV throw. A little bit scrappy there from Tottenham.
This last 5 minutes has come up the pace a bit, haven't it? Tottenham dominated the game so far and playing some good stuff. But the last 5 minutes, both teams have got sloppy.
Remains 0-0. PSV are in no hurry to take the throw. Not much movement from the players over on that far side as it's headed away by Davis. Son now to Sanchez. The lights in the main stand have just gone out. That was a deliberate switch now, so all of a sudden we're plunged into darkness as Lucas Moura has Angelino backpedaling, manages to get away, but Marlon has come to double up on him. Trippier then works in the cross from the right, bouncing ball, controlled by Dyer, 30 yards out from goal. Son left corner of the penalty area. Rosario and Dumfries show him on the inside. Son shoots and makes the save. The Zoot's moving away to his left.
Well, we've seen him do that plenty of times in the Premier League, haven't we? And does it very well. Just shifts the ball on his right foot, wraps his right foot round it. It was a comfortable save. But it's the first we've really saw of Son getting at somebody.
Remember earlier in the game, Tottenham had a flurry of chances, all falling to Harry Kane. The third of which his header hit the crossbar. It's the closest that either side has come to a goal in this must-win game in Group B of the Champions League. Lloris throws the ball out overarm to Trippier, makes good ground on this near side, the right, to Dembele, infield to Dyer, outside the centre circle, BBC Radio 5 Live to Davis, forward ball to Son, then back to Alderweireld, and again PSV drop as Lucas Moura makes the diagonal run in field. He creates space for Trippier, and they find Trippier now on this near side, the right, lays it back to Dembele, likes to attack on this near side as Trippier, and he certainly had the ground to do so, with Moura creating the space for him as Hendrick stops the ball from reaching Eriksson, and a free kick in favour of PSV.
Well, they're using the full-back, especially Trippier, very, very well. Lucas Moura runs inside, takes the left back. Lozano's a little bit lazy, he doesn't chase Trippier, doesn't follow him, and he gets in. But that's when Kieran Trippier, for me, he's got to get the ball out of his feet. He's got time there to get a cross in. He keeps checking back, rolling the back square. Sometimes just mix it up, put a few in there, see what happens.
Still 0-0. Schwab to Dumfries. A lot of stewards are moving into the stand over on the far side with their luminous jackets, which is catching the eye at the moment. There is history of trouble between these two. As the PSV supporters all rise to their feet in every corner of this compact Philips Stadion, as I'm sure you can hear in the background. Terrific noise here from the PSV supporters. The only trouble is that those who have stood up in front of us means that we actually can't see what's going on down on the pitch below, which is a slight problem. Just a small one. Moura stopped by Angelino. Thankfully that chant didn't last too long, Chris.
Wow.
Good atmosphere though. But it's 0-0. Here is Sanchez over the halfway line. Alderweireld comes under pressure. He's been caught. Alderweireld has lost it. This is Lozano in the penalty area. Terrific recovery. Oh no, it's still got in. Alderweireld had made the sliding challenge, but all it did was succeed was take the ball past the stranded Hugo Lloris, and his last-ditch efforts were all to no avail. Alderweireld, the guilty offender, and PSV in this must-win game strike first. Lozano with the all-important breakthrough goal, 1-0.
I've got to say, in this Champions League, Tottenham have shot themselves on the foot yet again. I think it's every game they're making mistakes in the Champions League, and that is a horrific mistake. They're dominating this football match, sloppy play. Alderweireld gets caught. I give him credit, he gets back, and how he's very unfortunate when Lozano pulls the trigger. The deflection lifts it over Lloris into the goal. Not a lot you can do about that, but Tottenham have dominated this game. And now what you're going to see is PSV will be sitting behind that ball and playing for the counter-attack.
Well, it now suits PSV to strike on the counter. I thought that he'd redeemed himself, and it was agonising to watch, because as he made the run round the left-hand side, goal side of Lozano, he made the challenge, and then in agony, hence the reason why I cried out, oh no, the ball then looped over the head of a stranded Hugo Lloris, and Alderweireld, a costly error, and Tottenham Hotspur now are behind in a game that they have to win. They trail by a goal to 0, but PSV, this suits them down to the ground. But Lozano was on the shoulder of Alderweireld, never looked comfortable. Ball up to Marlon now. PSV with their tails up, leading 1-0. Marlon, Luke de Jong makes a run in field as well. He's going to wait for Angelino, I think, on the overlap. Here is Angelino now joining the attack, and his cross is more of a shot, really, as it drifts into the arms of Hugo Lloris. Nothing that Lloris could do about that, was there?
No, not a thing, and it's one of them goals. I mean, give Alderweireld a lot of credit to get back, because once he lost the ball, he couldn't see him catch him. He gets back, makes a great block, tries to block it in, very unfortunate, lifts over Lloris and into the goal. But Tottenham have dominated this game. We've just got up the tempo now and get back into it.
Monaco are leading in Belgium by a goal to 0. That's in Group A. A little bit similar to Tottenham's group. Bruges and Monaco yet to pick up a point. Borussia Dortmund and Atletico Madrid have both won 2 out of 2, and they meet later on in Germany at 8 o'clock. So Bruges 0, Monaco 1. That's the only other game that has kicked off early. Of course, later on, when you're listening to commentary of Liverpool against Red Star Belgrade through the red button on your television, or indeed through the BBC Sport website, click on 5 Live final score. You can listen and watch with all the graphics. There are 5 games in the Championship tonight. You'll be able to see the goals as they go in, both domestically and of course in Europe. That option is available tonight, but it's a scoreline that is a grim one as far as Tottenham Hotspur are concerned, because PSV Eindhoven are leading by a goal to nil. A goal that was scored on the half hour by Irving Lozano, the Mexican international. And Tottenham now have got to turn it around. Davis with a cross, headed away by Schwab at the heart of their defence. Davis plays it forward, too far ahead of Son. Peters out, and in front of that jumping stand, everybody in unison, bouncing along together. It's a buoyant Philips Stadion. PSV are 1-0 up. Chris Waddle.
They just scored at a good time, didn't it? Because it was all Tottenham. Tottenham had the control, the pace, the game, everything about it. Another error, we've seen them make it in at Milan. Barcelona was a couple of bad goals to give away, and tonight that's a shocking goal to give away.
Up against it now at Tottenham. Marlon lose out to Sanchez, just pops his head forward, bobbing movement. Lucas Moura does well, turns up towards Eriksson. Eriksson has Son and Kane in support. Eriksson chips the ball, takes the deflection. It'll break towards Trippier on this near side, down by the corner flag as Spurs trail by a goal to nil. Eriksson's cross strikes the legs of Hendricks, comes back out to Eriksson once again, charged down by Marlon, behind for a corner kick. Tottenham Hotspur have got to come from behind. 33 minutes played. BBC Radio 5 live here in Eindhoven. The noise, if you just joined us, will tell you that it's the Dutch side who lead by a goal to nil. Trippier places the ball down now in the quadrant. Remember, Kane had struck the crossbar from a corner kick earlier in the half on this near side, the right. Trippier now runs forward. It's another outswinger. It's headed goalwards. Zoom with a save. Sanchez with the equaliser. His first goal for the club, and it's an all-important goal as well. But it will not count because the flag's up. Tottenham are still celebrating, but it's been disallowed, and PSV still lead by a goal to nil. Sanchez has had the goal disallowed.
Well, I can't see why. There was a bit of a scramble, wasn't it? Unless it was a push, a foul. Something's happened which have been spotted, and we're just getting the benefit here, just in front.
The Tottenham players wheeled away. Kane offside on the goal line?
Maybe. But he didn't. I think it was a push earlier on.
Well, don't have the benefit of...
offside, hasn't he?
Yeah. Can only presume it was Kane.
It's Kane offside.
So Sanchez has had his first goal for the club chalked off, and it's still PSV who lead by a goal to nil. Yeah, Kane almost on the goal line, offside, and PSV, to the delight of their supporters, still have their lead intact. Luke de Jong has fouled Davis. Free kick to Tottenham in the central area though, and half.
He's the only player who's looked really shaky tonight, Ben Davis. He's given the ball away on 4 or 5 occasions. He's not looked comfortable there. He was under a bit of pressure, nearly give it away. Bit of luck gets him a free kick, but he's got to tighten his game up.
Tottenham need to sharpen up their act as well, trailing by a goal to nil. Here is Dembele, right, run through to Eriksson, plays it early towards Kane, had plenty of zip on it. Kane now out towards Son. Son attacks Dumfries, backpedals into the penalty area. Son still going, angle is tight. Son's done well. Zutlo's picked it off his goal line, made a save at his near post with his legs, goes out of play for a throw-in, taken quickly. Spurs have now up the tempo. That was much sharper, wasn't it, by Son?
Son, brilliant. He should have lifted it. The goalie commits himself to the ground, makes himself big. I thought he would have the ability there just to lift it over him into the goal.
They struck the crossbar. They've had a goal disallowed in a game that they have to win. Tottenham trailing by a goal to nil. BBC Radio 5 live here in Holland. Alderweireld, the offender, as Lozano scored the goal, floats it long up towards Son, runs off the head of the South Korean, and Schwab will marshal the ball behind for a goal kick. 9 minutes to go to half-time. 1-0 to the Dutch champions. Dutch champions last season for the third time in 4 years. 24th title overall. They certainly have plenty of pedigree and the way that they've started this year with a 100% winning record, 9 wins out of 9 and already a 5 points clear of Ajax. They're looking to continue that dominance in the Dutch league. Marlon gets away from Trippier, and then Trippier has actually fouled Marlon, the 19-year-old, and it'll be a free kick, but it's just going to be a talking to the England international from the Slovenian referee.
Well, they have given a lot of silly free kicks away, haven't they? And a couple of set pieces look threatening, but gives the team an advantage. You know, eventually one of them's going to come off. What's this now? Probably 7-8. Good positions as well.
So Tottenham in their change strip, a predominantly green outfit, away to our left-hand side, have lined up that wall on the edge of their penalty area to try and protect Hugo Lloris. Lucas Moura and Eriksson are the two-man wall to protect this free kick. In it comes now from Pereiro, delivered deep, headed away by Dyer. It's going to come out to Hendricks, doesn't strike it first time, out towards Dumfries, and it was a pacey ball delivered from the right-hand side that sails behind and out for a goal kick. 1-0 PSV.
Nearly ended up in Dumfries, that one. But no, it's just set pieces. Alright, they give the goal away, silly mistake. Tottenham's been by far the best side. Should be winning this game.
They should be, but they find themselves trailing by 1-0, and the pressure really is now on Maurizio Pochettino's side as Hugo Lloris gets it back. The press comes from PSV, 3 players, but again they work it out of a tight situation. Dyer to Eriksson. Eriksson goes back to Hugo Lloris, all in yellow, in the penalty area, away towards the left-hand side, and then to Davis. He's got room to run into on that far side. Son's just over the halfway line. Infield is Dembele. Dembele now into the centre circle of the PSV half. Trippier again is pushed up. Son's in space on the left-hand side. Dembele to Dyer. But again, PSV have everybody back bar Lozano. He's the outlet, should they want to strike on the counter-attack. As Son comes in field, gets away from Dumfries. Eriksson with the turn, thought about the shot, threads it through. Trippier will get there, pulls it back. Lucas Moura! Tottenham Hotspur have equalised. It took a deflection on the way through, but that is the goal that they wanted before half-time. Back on level terms. Lucas Moura will get the credit. 1-1.
Great goal, totally deserved. Great ball by Eriksson to Trippier. Lucas Moura again on the end of it. Good finish, slight deflection, goes at the roof of the net. Tottenham not care about that. It's 1-1 in the game they should be winning. So it's 1-1. Good response by Tottenham.
Eriksson did well to find Trippier, who with his endeavour looked like he might lose out as the PSV defender came across towards him, but he played it in, cut it back from the right hand side, and Lucas Moura was there on hand to get the all-important equaliser. That's what Tottenham wanted, and what a fillip to get it so close to half-time, Chris.
Yeah, a very important goal. He got going in 1-0, yes, PSV charged the batteries up. But Tottenham, listen, for me, they're a far better side. I know the Dutch league's not as strong, we know that. PSV don't come against teams like Tottenham, so give him credit. That silly free kick, he didn't. Yes, he's given another silly free kick by Tottenham in the final third, but Tottenham have dominated this football match. Yeah,
it's a deserved equaliser for Tottenham, make no mistake about that. And Lucas Moura, who's the only Tottenham player to have featured in every game this season, has scored his 4th of the campaign. And 9 minutes after Lozano put PSV ahead, Spurs are back level, much to the relief of Alderweireld. Free kick clipped in, headed away by Trippier, drops towards Marlon, complete fresh air shot, volleyed away by Eric Dyer. You can hear a cry of when Spurs go marching in, coming from the just under the 2,000 supporters who are here inside the Philips Stadium.
We've got a big bunch along the side to our left. There's a good, probably 100 or a couple of hundred to our left as well.
I thought my hearing was just very good, but you're right. I just wonder as well, with the presence of those stewards on the far side, whether there's Tottenham fans in the PSV section over there too. But yeah, there are a number of Tottenham fans who are in the home end, just to the left of our press box, high at the back of this main stand. And it's 1-1. 4 minutes to go to half-time. Dembele to Dyer. It's there for the taking, this game for Tottenham. Hendricks, Marlon, that will be offside. Yep, there's the flag raised. It was a late flag, but the assistant referee had to wait for him to touch it first of all.
It's a silly rule, that, isn't it? You know he's going to get the ball, so you might as well put the flag up, save him running.
And just like Tottenham finding an equaliser. Bruges in the other early kick-off have found an equaliser in Group A. Bruges 1, Monaco 1 in the Champions League. BBC Radio 5 Live. 3 minutes to go to half-time. And it's now with Dyer. They're becoming even more vocal, those Tottenham supporters in the away to our left-hand side in the PSV main stand. Dyer at walking pace. Eriksen. Such a class player, Eriksen. Dembele strokes it to Dyer. And there is Eriksen wanting just to take it. It's almost side by side before he takes it off him. Pulling the strings in the midfield. Out towards Son. Son at pace. Attacks his marker. Dumfries into the penalty area. Davies is there in support. Here is the Welsh international. Back to Eriksen. Eriksen seems to be everywhere at the moment. Infield. Misplaced pass behind Dyer. Dembele though will win it back for Tottenham. To Sanchez. PSV have everybody back. Tottenham are still dominating. Buoyed by that equaliser. Alderweireld out to Trippier. Comes down to Trippier. Instant layup towards Lucas Moura. With the equalising goal sliced away then by Hendricks. Brought under control by Sanchez on the halfway line. And Sanchez back to Alderweireld. He'll be breathing a little easier now after his mistake had given PSV the lead. Dyer looks up. Again, Trippier gets forward. Plenty of ground on this near side, the right, almost level the penalty area, picks out Lucas Moura, takes it on the chest and went for the instant first time shot in one swift move, but completely made a hash of that and sliced it high and wide into the end away to our right hand side. Goal kick.
Well, mainly on this left hand side of PSV doesn't go with Trippier at all, so every time they get the 3 or 4 passes into the middle of the park, Dembele, Dyer, Moura just jogs inside, Trippier's on every time.
And the Lucas Moura goal has continued Tottenham's fine run this season of scoring in every match that they've played. You have to go back to West Bromwich Albion back in May, something like 14 games ago when they last failed to score. That's always a good sign. As the ball played forward, couldn't release Marlon from Rosario. Dembele was ineffective doing his job in midfield. Now finds Eriksen. Eriksen just couldn't quite take it in his stride as he ran forward. And there was Verheven to stop the ball for PSV. Hendricks now out towards Lozano. Lozano cuts inside, picks out Pereiro. Oh, strikes the crossbar. Pereiro, as he moved into the penalty area, hit it left-footed. They're saying it took a deflection onto the crossbar.
It took a deflection onto the bar, but the referees give a goal kick.
Good footwork though, wasn't it, from Pereiro? And in fact, that has just been shown on the big screen, hence the whistles, because everybody now in the Philips Stadium realises that should have been a corner kick. So Tottenham hit the bar earlier on through Kane, and now Pereiro, the Uruguayan international, has done exactly the same for PSV. And that would have been a body blow for Tottenham to have gone in just before half-time, trailing by 2-1. As it is, it's 1-1. But a let-off for Spurs. Kane heads it towards Eriksen. Eriksen, the pass will not reach Son. Interception comes from Dumfries. We're about to find out how much added on time there will be here in the Philips Stadion. The fourth official makes his way down below. Just about see the electronic board in this steep main stand. Dumfries comes forward. Well-timed sliding challenge. 1 minute of added on time, which we're now into. PSV Eindhoven 1, Tottenham Hotspur 1, BBC Radio 5 Live.
They've just come off the pace, Tottenham, slightly. I know it's 45 minutes, but just last couple of minutes, just come off the pace.
Dumfries in no real hurry to take it with the throw on the right, back to Rosario. Plays it forward to Lozano. Lozano, the Mexican international, turns, and the interception from Son. And I think very, very soon there might not be much more time added on from the Slovenian referee. They're taking their time in trying to work it around the back of Tottenham on that far side, the right, up towards Harry Kane. Takes it high on the chest, leaves it to Eriksen. Eriksen looking for Lucas Moura to make that run through the middle. Zoot will come out, and Zoot then finds Angelino, the left back. Seems to be very generous with his additional 60 seconds, does the Slovenian referee. Angelino once again is forward. Can't pick out the run of Marlon, stopped by Trippier. Hendricks will win it back for PSV, and there is the half-time whistle. Well, both sides have hit the crossbar. Tottenham have created the better chances. Tottenham have been the better side. They've been the dominant force, but they had to come from behind after Alderweireld's effort, letting Lozano, with the aid of a deflection from an Alderweireld desperate to redeem himself, looped over Hugo Lloris, Spurs then had a goal disallowed 4 minutes after that, but eventually did equalise through Lucas Moura. Took a slight deflection. Chris Waddle.
Yeah, I've got to say, Tottenham dominated the football match. A terrible mistake which let PSV take the lead. We've got some bad mistake to give away, but up to then they were dominating, but they showed good character, came back, deservedly got the equaliser. You've got to say you fancy Tottenham to go on and win this match.
And they've got to win it. Half time in the Philips Stadion. PSV Eindhoven 1, Tottenham Hotspur 1. Yep, well, Tottenham are already out there, and they haven't made any alterations. They've been out there for a couple of minutes now waiting for PSV, who are still, like you say, loitering in the tunnel. So no changes from Tottenham. It means that Lloris is in goal, Trippier, Sanchez, Alderweireld and Davis, Dyer and Dembele, with Son, Eriksen and Lucas Moura behind Harry Kane. And as you can hear, simply the best, and Tina Turner blast out over the tannoy. However, the matter is, PSV haven't been the best, because Tottenham have been the better side, and it doesn't look like they've made any changes either. So Zoot is in goal, Dumfries, Weerhaver, Schwab and Angelino the defence, Rosario, Pereiro and Hendricks in midfield, Marlon, De Jong and Lozano the goal scorer. PSV red and white striped shirts, black shorts and white socks. So Chris Waddle, Tottenham completely dominating that first half. What was it? 72% possession?
Yes, 72%. They've possession, passes wise, everything, stats. But they're going to say it's 1-1 and they should be winning this football match.
And you didn't manage to go for a drink at half time, did you?
No, unless somebody brought us one. I'm stuck here. I've just been looking at the fixtures. I hope PSV's at home because I might get out.
Sanchez across on that far side, in our tight commentary position here in the Philips Stadion, BBC Radio 5 Live. And as Steve was saying, not just for this evening's game, this early kick-off, this doubleheader of the Champions League, you can listen and watch the graphics through the red button, or indeed through the BBC Sport website. Click on 5 Live final score, not just for this game but also for our next commentary from Anfield, Liverpool against Red Star Belgrade. So it's 1-1 in Group B. Barcelona and Inter will do battle in the Nou Camp later. Tottenham have to get the 3 points here today. There have been occasions when, for instance, Manchester City lost 2 and drew 2 of their opening 4 games and still went through. I think that was into Pep Guardiola's first season in charge, but realistically 3 points are a must tonight and again in the return match against the Dutch champions at Wembley. And I mentioned Pep Guardiola, don't forget there is that programme tomorrow, 7 till 8, Pep Guardiola, music and me. Eriksen makes the run forward, right hand side, drills the ball into the penalty area, completely missed by Weerhaver, the central defender, and he was fortunate that Harry Kane wasn't lurking behind him, because otherwise then he would have been in trouble.
It's a great run by Eriksen and running behind. They're quite happy to let Tottenham pass in front of them. Eriksen just took off down that inside right channel and dropped in behind for him to run onto, and nobody reacted in the box.
Lamela caught the eye in the victory against West Ham at the weekend, and of course Lloris with his 3 fine saves in the second half. But tonight the 2 men who stand out for Tottenham in their Neptune green are Eriksen and Dembele in the midfield. Marlon threw himself to the floor under the challenge from Trippier. That'll be a free kick with no action taken against Trippier, as PSV have been awarded a free kick that Hendricks wants to take quickly, but then in fact will leave it for Nick Weerhaver, signed on a free from Ajax, his 4th club that he's had in Dutch football. Very experienced, solid defender, now 29 years of age, as he floats it up towards De Jong, heads it into the penalty area, looking for the run there of Pereiro, the Uruguayan, and cleared. Harry Kane, Son battles for the ball. De Jong challenges Dembele in that aerial duel. Rosario plays it out. Pereiro on this near side, waits. Has some support from Dumfries. Son Noble win it over the halfway line. Tottenham break 1-1-5 live. He's got Eriksen and Kane going up with him. The ball break back towards Harry Kane, who's then fouled by Dumfries, and that will be a free kick, a direct free kick to Tottenham, 25 yards out left of centre.
That's a good position for a right footer here to Rockliston. Trippier's obviously coming over. We know what he can do. Harry Kane's there. Harry Kane walks off. It looks like it's Eriksen or Trippier, and Trippier seems to have the ball. Son, good run, could have passed it. Kept running, got a free kick out of it. Well, Kane actually picked the rebound up and gets the free kick.
Well, both Trippier and Eriksen are eyeing this one up. It's 25 yards out from goal. Zoot, the goalkeeper, is just marshalling his wall. Hendricks is at the end of that. Lozano is also there as well. Eriksen now walks away, so it's going to be left to Kieran Trippier. It needs to be a Trippier special here for Tottenham. The Tottenham supporters close to us are expectant. Trippier waits, runs up now, right-footed, strikes the top of the wall. Trippier looks to the heavens as if to say if it hadn't hit the top of the wall, it might well have been going goalwards.
Big word, that, if, in it.
It is. Fine margins. 1-1, 5 Live. Here in the Philips Stadion as Davis on this near side, the left. Eriksen shows himself, the return ball to Davis, cleared though by Dumfries, the right back, and Alderweireld will turn back in his own half and then strokes it across towards Davison Sanchez, who had that goal disallowed. Spurs, who've lost 1 of 7 visits to Holland back in 92 when they played against Feyenoord. Searching ball towards Kane, headed away. Dumfries will get there before Son, only as far as Eriksen. Eriksen back in the starting lineup after an abdomen injury and certainly making his presence felt. Gets a throw for Tottenham, takes it quickly to Son. Son, the South Korean, pulls at the shirt of Lozano. The referee didn't see that one as Lozano will clear to De Jong. Back then to Rosario, tries to switch play to Marlon. Bouncing ball, difficult to control, does so at the second attempt. Strokes it back. Verheven, central defender, because of the presence of Lucas Moura, goes all the way back towards Zoot, gets it out from underneath his feet and clears long. Over the head of De Jong. Alderweireld now will hook it over his head, away from the penalty area. Help then cleared by the stretching left leg of Davis. Lovely touch by Eriksen. Nice through ball too. Harry Kane now on the attack for Tottenham. Harry Kane in towards the penalty area. Plays it in towards Lucas Moura. Might break back to Eriksen. Doesn't. Cleared away by Hendricks. There was a foul there on Trippier. Spotted by the referee. Clear foul as Trippier was pulled back. Free kick to Tottenham 1-1.
I tell you what, if Tottenham want to in between the full-backs and the centre-halves, and they're on all day, the gaps are appearing. They haven't got the legs. Harry Kane had the legs on both the centre-halves so far. Decent ball in. Unfortunately, doesn't fall to a green shirt, but just a bit of movement off the 2 centre-halves down the side, you get in every time.
They have an opportunity here to re-energise their Champions League campaign here in the Philips Stadium. Trippier to take the free kick, goes deep. Alderweireld and Dyer were making runs towards the far post, headed away by Dumfries. Out for a Tottenham throw down by the corner flag. We've been playing for 6 minutes in this second half on BBC Radio 5 Live. Davis with a throw. Dyer level the penalty area, looks up, swings it over too deep. One bounce and out of play for a goal kick. Needed a better ball in on this left-hand side that Zoot will take. Do you envisage, Chris, because both sides are in the same situation, they both need 3 points, that as the game wears on, it's going to become stretched and open?
No, I think PSV will take a point. I think they'll take a point. I think they're quite happy, yes, they want to win it, but I think their game plan is we don't get beat, we catch them on the break or a set piece. That's the only way they're going to get a result. Football-wise, Tottenham are too good for them. But, you know, we've saw already a mistake. You can get your rewards.
Ball up towards Harry Kane. Schwab will head it away. Eriksen will try and pick up the pieces. Rosario tidies up, back to Verheven. Clearance then from Angelino, strikes it long. Trippier's touch took it away from Lozano, who was making the run in behind the right back. Tottenham will build now through the central defender Alderweireld, across to Davis on this near side. Tottenham Hotspur still drawing with PSV Eindhoven. BBC Radio 5 Live with commentary to come from Anfield. And we heard that Alexander-Arnold, Fabinho, Mane and Firmino all start for Jurgen Klopp's side. So that's Mane, Firmino and Salah as a front three, as Liverpool will try and take advantage against Red Star Belgrade. As Eriksen comes forward, opens up for Eriksen, beaten away by Zoot. Goes just away from Eriksen for the loose ball, kept alive. Eriksen then gets it back from Davis. Dyer joins the attack. Spurs are knocking once again. Dembele comes forward. Dembele's shot drags it wide, left-footed, well wide for a goal kick. And Zoot kept out Eriksen with his fierce drive.
Well, Eriksen's the man, isn't he? He had a good first half and he's just grown into the game more and more. He's running off the ball. He runs behind people in midfield and he runs between the centre-halves, and there's nobody ever picks him up. And that was a great strike. You fancied him to score, actually. Lovely strike with his left foot. Comfortable save.
They're so dominant. It's just a question of taking that opportunity. Chances will continue to come Tottenham's way. They've just got to take that one. But if you are a Spurs fan listening to BBC Radio 5 Live, then you would have to be encouraged, particularly the way that he's starting to dictate what he has throughout the whole game, Eriksen. Very, very instrumental as Tottenham Hotspur search for the 3 precious points that they crave. Eriksen once again under pressure gets away from Hendricks to Dembele. Son near side the left. Son comes on the inside. Davis goes on the overlap if required. Instead he interchanges with Eriksen. Works over the cross. On a plate for Harry Kane. Downward header. Easy as you like. Eriksen, the architect, will get the plaudits. He has unpicked the PSV defence with an absolute beauty. Harry Kane couldn't miss. And Spurs have turned it around. They lead by 2-1.
Well, it's just Eriksen's movement. Nobody can pick him up. Well, it's a midfield player, a defender in PSV's ranks. They just can't get near him. His speed of thought's too quick for them. This time he has a little bit of good fortune. Plays a little give and go with Son, and it comes out his way. But once he has a touch in his left-footed cross, nobody's going to miss that. What is he? 3 yards out. Harry Kane just has to put his head on it. Bounces into the ground, hits the roof of the net, and now Tottenham should kick on and win this game by more goals.
Mentioned in the first half Harry Kane's record, averaging a goal a game away from home in the Champions League. 6 and 6. Scrub that, make it 7 and 7. And Tottenham deservedly have come from behind. By the way, those Tottenham supporters just to our left have grown in number. They've regrouped as they celebrated that goal. So Harry Kane with his 7th of the season, and Tottenham in a position now that, to be honest, their performance warrants, doesn't it? The way that they've controlled the game for large periods.
To be fair, you know, even Inter Milan had spells where they were dominating the game, and they went a goal up, and then they started going deeper and defending. And no disrespect to PSV, Tottenham are bet all over the park, so there's no excuse for them to drop off the pace. Go and get a 3rd, go and get a 4th.
He's one of our own, is the chant from the Tottenham supporters. And PSV, with the exception of the drummer, quiet inside the Philips Stadion. Eriksen sends a ball forward towards Son, puts pressure on Dumfries. Dumfries though will bring it away, looks for his options, closed down by Kane, forced to go long. De Jong heads it into the path of Lozano. Lozano now up against Trippier, running on his toes, right side of the penalty area. Lozano, the Mexican international. Alderweireld crosses the ball, headed away, flying header by Sanchez. Thing is, from a PSV point of view now, they've got to go for it, and this will suit Tottenham. The roles are reversed from when the Dutch champions were leading by a 1-0.
Yeah, they've got to come out, they've got to open up. They can't afford to lose this game. They're out of the tournament, put it that way, if they lose this game. So they've got to go for it now, but you don't want Tottenham to get slow, drop off, play little silly passes, keep the tempo up.
Dumfries, the right back, Rosario, Pereiro, little flick in field, almost got Rosario, who'd made the run into the penalty area. Dembele's forward ball, Son loses out, that was Schwab, hooks it back downfield for PSV, flags up on this near side, and that'll be a free kick to Tottenham Hotspur. It looked grim when Lozano put the Dutch champions ahead on the half hour, but Lucas, after 39, and Kane have put Tottenham back in charge with that second goal after 54 minutes.
I could probably see Harry Winks coming on for Dembele, who's come off the pace. Had a great first half, Dembele, and he's just not really got into this game second half, and it doesn't look like he's got a spring in his step.
Here is Dembele. Winks, the England international, as Dyer floats it forward, headed on by Trippier. There is Eriksen, he's absolutely everywhere. Low ball played in. Lucas Moura back to Dembele, it's teed up for Dembele, strikes the chest of Dumfries, rebounds, they haven't cleared. Son now with a first time drive, left-footed, that was wide, goal kick.
He had Harry Kane in a great position on the left, didn't he? Just roll it, but Eriksen again just makes that run behind the midfield. Nobody picks him up.
Billed as a must-win, and Tottenham are doing exactly that. Just what was required here at Eindhoven. Exclusive radio commentary, the only station to be here in the Philips Stadion tonight. PSV 1, Tottenham Hotspur 2 is the latest score, and we've still got another Champions League game to bring you from Anfield. Tug back there, Hendricks on Lucas Moura. In fact, it was Angelino. In fact, Angelino's going to get the yellow cards. The former Manchester City player is booked by the Slovenian referee. So as soon as this game finishes, to Anfield, Liverpool against Red Star Belgrade in Group C. But here in Group B, Tottenham lead by 2-1. and we've been playing for almost an hour. Davis back with Alderweireld to Sanchez. Pereira will try and put pressure on Sanchez. Dyer, who's playing to the right of him, it allows Trippier to move a little bit further forward, but it was a ball that was straight out of play down the other side of the field and out for a goal kick, taken by Zoot, the goalkeeper. Tottenham the better side, they've created the better chances and lead by 2-1. Lozano tries to wriggle free, up towards De Jong, infield to Lozano, runs at the heart of the Tottenham defence. Lucas Moura gets back, tries to play the ball. There's a decent challenge by Lucas Moura. There was no foul. Quite rightly, let's play continue, the Slovenian referee, to Harry Kane, who just runs out of surface on this near side and runs it out of play for a throw.
They've definitely up the tempo, PSV, and subs are going to be important over the next period of the game, but Tottenham's just got to up their tempo again. They've been playing ever so well, but they've got nothing to lose now, PSV. They're going to go for it.
But you sense that there are more goals to come from this Tottenham side?
I do.
Chris Waddle with us here in the Philips Stadion, wedged into our commentary position. Might need a crane to hoist both of us out of the seats a little bit later on, as Tottenham Hotspur
Might just take the seats we were.
to Lloris to Alderweireld. You can just start to hear that the atmosphere from the Dutch supporters is they're getting exasperated. They're at the mood just starting to change a little bit. Frustration.
Yeah, but you know, the Dutch league, they're cruising in that league at the minute, so obviously they're not caught against a team like Tottenham in the Dutch league, have they? So the fans have got to appreciate, you know, that Tottenham are a very good side.
16-17 campaign. They failed to win any of their group stage matches. PSV drew 2 and lost 4. And once again, as they chase the ball, Tottenham patiently played across the back, then go long. It's Tottenham Hotspur who are in a commanding position now, leading by 2-1. Alderweireld to Davis, leaves it for Son as the ball travels forward. Son away from Dumfries and leaves him for dead as he tries to pull him back. Son is still going, and he hit that with his right foot, moved a little bit in the air, and Zoot at the second a chance.
He's good at that, Son, though. Comes in off the touchline. Normally he can go either way. He's got to step over his right foot, takes it to the left. This time he comes inside. One thing he's made, 25 yards, good strike, straight at the keeper though.
Tottenham, who without a win in 4 in the Champions League, they'd lost their last 3, albeit against Juventus and Inter and Barcelona. Never in their history had they suffered 4 successive defeats, but from trailing by a goal to nil, now leading 2-1. Dembele has Son ahead of him, turns, Spurs playing from right to left. BBC Radio 5 Live, forward ball by Dyer, Eriksen takes it on the turn, he's got Lucas Moura making the run to his right, Trippier is also there, it's the Brazilian, back towards Eriksen, lets it run through towards Dyer, outside the penalty area, Eriksen left-footed, strokes it towards Trippier, back with a Dane once again, pulling the strings in the midfield, and Spurs and Dembele just quite happy to keep the ball inside the PSV half. Walking pace Sanchez to Trippier, infield to Eriksen, different class tonight Eriksen. Dembele turns back to Eriksen once again, threads it through, gets the return ball, Eriksen once again to Lucas Moura. They can't get hold of Eriksen. You can hear the PSV frustration.
You can feel the pace though, Eriksen. He's been brilliant tonight, absolutely top draw, but you feel the pace today. He's the first game back and he's had a lot of the ball. He's done a lot of great running in behind this midfield, down the sides of centre halves.
He's just been everywhere, hasn't he? He pops up central, and the cross for the Harry Kane's goal was just superb. On an absolute plate for the England captain. Davis will run forward. Son. We'll have a break before Monday night. We'll have that game for you on 5 Live from Wembley against Manchester City. And then it'll be 4 games in the space of 9 days. Very little turnaround. Play on Wednesday against West Ham in the League Cup. And then back in action again in the Premier League, and then the return against PSV at Wembley. So they'll need squad rotation. Will Maurizio Pochettino, his side were under pressure coming into this game. They've dealt with the pressure. So Kessel's just seeing it out for 27 minutes as they lead by 2-1. No danger with this man on the ball. Eriksen looks towards Son with an arcing pass, and it was Dumfries who cut it out. And there's going to be a change, and Lamella's going to be coming on.
Is it Dembele coming up?
It's Moura
coming off.
So that's the change, the first change by Maurizio Pochettino. Eric Lamela did well against West Ham. He's actually been a player in form when you look at his scoring record. 7 goals in his last 8 appearances, I think, for Tottenham. But Lucas Moura is the player who comes off, and Eric Lamela will come on to replace him.
It'll be interesting now, will he play Lamela as the 10 and put Eriksen slightly to the right where Moura was? I would leave Eriksen where he was, but
7 goals in his last 9 appearances. Just had to look closer at the notes in the darkness here of our commentary position in the Philips Stadion. 5 live. Davis fouled off the ball by Dumfries. Free kick given by referee from Slovenia, Slavko Vincic. Quick free kick taken, too quick. Lamela was onto that with his first effort, which was saved by Zoot anyway.
Bad referee in that. You know, he's kicked the ball away, Dumfries, so give Son quick thinking.
Going to have to take it again. By this time PSV have got everybody back. They took the lead, they now trail 2-1. Trippier is going to take it. Line of red and white striped shirts waits inside the penalty area. On this near side, the left, it's going to be an in-swinging free kick for Trippier for Tottenham Hotspur. Trippier now strikes right-footed towards Harry Kane. Fantastic save by Zoot on his goal line. Harry Kane's header looked like goal-bound. Put back in by Eriksen. Delivered deep in towards the penalty area. Zoot was agile and alert. Son held up and fouled surely by Pereira. Oh, it's gone the other way.
That's bad refereeing again. Great ball in, and what a save with the feet. Kicks it away. Tottenham just got to get that third goal. Keep the tempo up.
They created so many chances. And Harry Kane, I mean, he hit the bar in the first half. He's had about 4 or 5 efforts himself, hasn't he? But as it is, it's Tottenham who still only lead with a 1-goal margin. And providing there's not a repeat of the error from Alderweireld that gave PSV the lead, they can be on their way to open up their Champions League accounts. Dembele got to maintain their concentration. Make sure there are no silly errors as we approach the midway point of the second half. BBC Radio 5 Live. Dyer, Lamela, little flick back to Davis. Davis the left back. No threat at all from PSV at the moment. They're just trying to contain Tottenham. Tottenham are so much in control.
They've worked hard, PSV, in a way that, you know, a lot of the players have switched off now. They're going through the motion. They haven't really got anything to offer. Look.
Well, the supporters are trying to do their bit, boisterous inside the Philips Stadion, but it doesn't mirror or match the performance from PSV, because at the minute it is just Tottenham, all Tottenham. Davis to Dyer. Dyer back towards Davis, plays it forward. Harry Kane midway through his own half, dropping very deep, works it across in the air to Trippier, lays it off in field to Dembele. Harry Kane wants it back through the middle, but Tottenham will go back towards Sanchez. Very professional performance this by Tottenham, recovering from the disappointment of conceding that opening goal. Eriksen to Dembele, little touch by Dembele, and now Dyer sweeps it across, a little bit more pacier, or pace on the ball, should I say, out towards Son, who runs forward, just drifting in field. Kane couldn't get there on the edge of the penalty area. Verhever, the central defender, now to Angelino, and Angelino has to put his foot through this. Aimless ball downfield, and Alderweireld towards Dyer, controls it well, up towards Son. Son up against Schwab. Schwab, though, will deal with that, the German defender, and then across towards Dumfries. And Dumfries keeps the ball in play down below on this near side, the right. PSV trailed by 2-1. No foul. Eric Dyer has won the ball. Mark van Bommel was looking for a free kick, not awarded. Now the green of Tottenham can come forward, and Son will flick it forward, and Eriksen will run into space midway through the PSV half. There's no width on that right hand side. Trippier makes the run behind him, and Trippier now leaves it for Eriksen once again as Eriksen strokes it towards Dembele. Dembele now towards Davis. Both fullbacks pushed on for Tottenham Hotspur. 68 minutes played.
A lot of PSV players have completely switched off. They're sick of chasing the ball, and 4 or 5 of them have thought, I can't do any more, I've had enough. Mentally they have gone.
They can't get hold of the ball, can they? You can hear the whistles again from the PSV supporters. It is all Tottenham. Lamela just need that third goal to get a bit of a cushion. to make the Tottenham Hotspur supporters in the stadium and at home listening to 5 Live sit a little bit more comfortable. Eriksson loses out to Hendricks. Hendricks across to Angelino, and once again he has to go long from left back. He just goes straight back to the green of Tottenham. Stray arm by Dembele catching Hendricks. That was accidental. He is on a yellow card though, Dembele. And this isn't nice to see. The PSV supporters, players trying to get him booked.
Mate, I still don't think they get the ball off Tottenham with that 10 men.
And very accomplished performance in the midfield from Tottenham Hotspur. It's just a question with 20 minutes remaining, limiting opportunities for PSV and see the game out. You would imagine at some point PSV would conjure up one chance in the next 20 minutes. At least Mark van Bommel, their coach, would hope so. They've given the ball away again, and there again you can hear the reaction of the Dutch supporters, not entirely happy at all with PSV. Different level, the Champions League to the Dutch League. Davis goes long, headed away by Schwab. Dumfries up towards De Jong. De Jong takes it on the turn. Pereiro, the Uruguayan. Lozano turns, drops off Sanchez. Can't find Rosario. Just covering in a central area was Trippier. He's given the ball away. PSV now will come forward, and this is Marlon trying to wriggle his way in towards the penalty area. Sanchez will usher him out of the penalty box, helped out by Angelino. Back to Hendricks, midway through the Tottenham half. PSV, and then the move breaks down, and again you can see the PSV supporters on the far side throwing their arms in the air in unison in disgust as that move breaks down.
I'm surprised, really. You know, they're having a great season, top of the league, and they've had a bad night tonight. And Champions League's probably a league too much for them. You know, that level. So you've got to accept. I'm surprised the fans don't realise that.
Under 20 minutes remaining. Lloris goes to the edge of the area from the goal kick, plays it up to Dyer. Dyer then out to Davis. His ball in field to Eriksson, cut out by Hendricks. Rosario on this near side. Lozano able to turn as he takes it neatly in his feet. Lozano has got De Jong making a run ahead of him. Lozano will hold on to the ball. De Jong waits on the edge of the area. Pereiro now will deliver it towards the PSV captain, and it bounces away. Keeps the ball in play, but has lost it now, and Tottenham can bring it clear. Lamela, Son making the run ahead of him on this near side, the left. Eriksson going through the right hand side. Kane was an option through the centre. PSV go back. Again, frustration from the PSV supporters. They want it played early and quicker as they hold on to the ball at the back, and it allows Tottenham to have everybody back behind the ball as they lead by 2-1. Chris Waddle mentioned Harry Winks a short time ago, and I can see the sight of the number 8 will be coming on very soon for Tottenham. Tidy midfielder. Just wonder if he might replace Dembele.
Yeah, for me he will.
He was booked in the first half. We'll see. Rosario, Pereiro, the Uruguayan. Again, another move breaks down, and into Hugo Lloris. Mark van Bommel applauds the move as it breaks down on the corner of his technical area. Maurizio Pochettino pacing, watches on. Winks waits to come on. Sanchez will clear long for Tottenham Hotspur. 18 minutes remain, and after this game's finish we turn our attentions Liverpool against Red Star Belgrade from Anfield, live on BBC Radio 5 Live. Sanchez at the back for Tottenham Hotspur. Alderweireld, Davis short of the halfway line. Son on this near side. Taxi for Dumfries, he's left him for dead. Infield to Harry Kane. Harry Kane now looks up, looks towards Eric Lamela. Lamela in the penalty area. Lamela strikes the crossbar off his right foot as he shimmied one way and then the next. And that's the second time tonight that Spurs have hit the bar.
When they move the ball quick as well in there. Son, what a dummy on Dumfries, and then Harry Kane, what a lovely way to ball. And Melo with his right foot just clips the crossbar. Great move.
And it is going to be Dembele who's coming off. Eriksson will get the plaudits, and quite rightly so, because he's had a terrific game as Christian Eriksen, but not far behind him. Your thoughts on Dembele?
Brilliant. He's a top player. Great on the ball. He has tired second half. I mean, everywhere first half. He ran the game really, and then second half he hasn't had that much to do. Tottenham dominated this football match, but yeah, he's had a very good performance, Dembele.
So Harry Winks is on. still sporting that pink pair of boots of his out there in the middle, as he did when England this time last week were recovering from an excellent victory in Seville, where Harry Winks was part of that side for Gareth Southgate. 16 minutes of normal time remaining. PSV 1, Tottenham Hotspur 2, BBC Radio 5 Live, and Winks straight away. We're in the thick of the action. Back to Alderweireld. Alderweireld to Trippier. Pereira will put pressure on, not Trippier, Davis on this near side. And then with Alderweireld to Sanchez. Across the back they go, PSV trying to press. Winks under pressure from Hendricks gives the ball away, runs out of play for a PSV throw.
Trouble is, it's always 2-1, isn't it? It's not just with that one mistake again, or a set piece, or something happens, and Tottenham should have put this to bed.
Here is Dumfries to Rosario. Certainly had so many chances. Pereiro's given it away. Son, he's got Kane ahead of him. Here is Son to Harry Kane. He tries to let it run through. It was Lamela he was letting the dummy for, but it goes out for a goal kick. Last touch came off Harry Kane.
Yeah, good idea. It was just unlucky, wasn't it?
Goal kick to be taken by Zoot. He's made a couple of saves. Spurs have hit the bar twice. Here is Lamela. Lamela goes for goal. Blocked by Verheber, central defender. Nice control by Son off the right foot. Short and square to Eriksen. Turn ball by Schwab cleared. De Jong. Pereiro forward. De Jong lays it off. Hendricks going to come under pressure. Lamela wins it back. Good play by Tottenham. Good play by Lamela. That's what he did so well against West Ham at the weekend. Winning the ball back. Tottenham still have that hunger and that desire, and a ponderous PSV in the midfield were guilty and caught in possession. Spurs lead 2-1, back with the ball and back in control. Lamela challenges with De Jong. But be careful they don't get too casual, Tottenham. Dyer to Sanchez, short of the halfway line, inside his own half. Forward ball to Winks, played out towards that far side, the right. Back with Winks once again. Winks to Trippier. Trippier all the way back towards Sanchez. Forward ball, little touch by Dyer in the air, headed on by Eriksen. Harry Kane bends his knees to shield the ball away from his marker. Eriksen then will switch play out towards this near side, and this is Son running forward. Son caught by Dumfries. Free kick, direct free kick to Tottenham. Son stays down.
Well, Trippier, I don't think will take this. He's been stretching his calf or hamstring for the last 15 minutes over that right hand side. Maybe his knee, I don't know what it is. He's obviously okay, he's still playing on, but he's not in a rush to get across, so this will be Eriksen. No, Harry Kane's walked across with the ball.
Who did you say that was? Trippier?
Yeah, he's not been right on that right hand side the last 10 minutes. He's not, don't know if it's a calf, hamstring, maybe a bit of cramp, we don't know.
In fact, he's just been having dialogue there with Pochettino. There was hand signals between the two. So Pochettino has spotted that, exactly what Chris Waddle has spotted. BBC Radio 5 Live with 13 minutes remaining. So Harry Kane is going to take this free kick. Harry Kane, 25 yards out, left-hand side. PSV have 4 in the wall. Dyer and Son have plonked themselves at the end of that wall as well. Zoot waits. Harry Kane is going to go for goal as he runs up now, strikes it, curling effort, didn't curl enough, and out of play it goes for a goal kick, and the multi-ball system is in use, so this goal kick will be taken quickly by Zoot.
Yeah, Harry Kane looked tired running up at that. Well, you can't see how he's tired, can you? So he ran up, it didn't look fresh as he hit it, did he? But I thought Eriksen would have took the way the game's gone for him. He can't do anything wrong at the minute.
Well, he's been the standout player tonight as Eriksen, as Winks makes a strong run on that right hand side, carries the ball almost level with the penalty area. Challenge comes in on Winks, and then he was barged over by Lozano. The referee will give the throw in favour of Tottenham. 12 minutes of normal time remain. The scoreline is just what Tottenham wanted. Ideally they would like a few more, or at least one more, to make the closing stages of this game a little bit more comfortable. As Sanchez is almost caught in possession, not once but twice, but he recovers well. That's what they've got to be careful of. Oh, and Eriksen has given the ball away, played up towards Lozano. The goalkeeper has come off his line, he's caught Lozano, and the referee might have to take action against Hugo Lloris.
Red.
Hugo Lloris is in trouble. Hugo Lloris has been sent off. Tottenham are down to 10 men. Eriksen gave the ball away. Hugo Lloris reacted, came out of his penalty area, and in the challenge with Lozano, called the Mexican international, and Hugo Lloris has been sent off, and Tottenham now are down to 10 men for the last 11 minutes of this game as they lead by 2-1.
I've got to say it, I don't think he touched the player. I don't think he touched him. I think the players made a meal of it. He couldn't score. He's kicked it past Lloris. He's never going in the goal, and he's hit the floor, and the referee, with reaction of the crowd, has bought it. If we actually see that again, that is not a red card.
So Hugo Lloris sent off. Just making sure that they've brought on Winks, Lamela. Well, thankfully they've got one substitution allowed, which will mean that Michel Vorm will be able to come on. Imagine if he'd used all of his 3 substitutes. The supporters are in front of us, and we can't stand up in our commentary position. Got no chance of standing up to see what's happening down below. Hugo Lloris still hasn't left the field of play. He's walking off. So PSV are going to be making a change. Vorm waits to come on. We'll wait to see who is sacrificed. Drama in Eindhoven.
Georgia has just given us, it could be Trippier, but I think it'll be somewhere like Son, or even Eriksen.
Well, Trippier did come across towards this near side. He's been getting instructions there from Maurizio Pochettino. So Hugo Lloris will be suspended now for the return match against PSV. Mark van Bommel, I think, is going to be making a change as well. Going to see number 19 coming on, who is Cody Gakpo, who's a young Dutch forward. Is it Son who's coming off? It is Son, yeah.
That's sensible.
So Vorm will replace Son. So he goes in goal. Of course, he has had a run because of the thigh injury where Hugo Lloris missed 6 games earlier this season. Son takes his time. At the end of this, when play resumes, PSV will have a free kick, which will be left of centre, very close to the D of the penalty area. Still with the supporters in front of us, I can't see whether Gakpo actually came on the field of play. Lozano might not be the player who's able to continue. So Michel Vorm gets onto his goal line all in yellow. A dramatic finish in Eindhoven. Tottenham lead by 2-1, but they're down to 10 men. And it all came from Eriksen, of all people, giving the ball away. Eriksen, who's had a fantastic match tonight for Tottenham. So it's a free kick. De Jong or Pereiro? It's De Jong to strike it, and Vorm makes a fantastic save. He did ever so well, at full stretch away to his left-hand side to turn it behind, thrust into the action, and Vorm responds with a very important save.
I'll tell you what he did well here, and he could have been easily distracted and trying to get behind the wall where he was going to come over it, but he went the way the keeper was standing and he stood his ground well.
8 minutes remain. Corner kick for PSV, in towards the near post, cleared away. At times Tottenham had to dig in against West Ham. They're going to have to dig in here with 8 minutes remaining. Hendricks will pump the ball long, up towards De Jong, headed away by Sanchez, collected now by Trippier. Trippier plays it forward. Lamela. They've got a second wind of PSV, and the supporters are also trying to urge them on. Break for Lamela, comes forward, looks for a free kick, not awarded. Schwab along the ground. PSV looking to try and make the extra man count. Ball played in towards the penalty area. De Jong's outstretched right leg, he dangled it, but it dropped away from that outstretched right leg and out for a goal kick, and Tottenham will be in no hurry to take it.
Well, you got Eriksen on the left now, Lamela on the right. Now these have got to work hard and be disciplined. Harry Kane up front, Winks alongside Dyer. Back four don't need to push on now.
Gaston Pereiro is the player who makes way for Cody Gakpo. Only one appearance this season, but he did score. I think it was against Excelsior in the Dutch Cup. 19-year-old forward. So another player to go up alongside De Jong. So they've got De Jong, Gakpo and Lozano, as well as Marlon, for the red and white striped shirts of PSV. Under 7 minutes remaining. Tottenham Hotspur. With the sending off of Hugo Lloris, it's not going to be a straightforward conclusion to this game here on BBC Radio 5 Live. We will have reflections for you at half-time in our next commentary, which is from Anfield. Liverpool against Red Star Belgrade in Group C of the Champions League. And don't forget, with the other games in Europe and the 5 matches in the Championship, you can listen and watch via the red button on your television, or indeed through the BBC Sport website. Click on 5 Live final score. 6 minutes remain. Free kick has gone in favour of Tottenham. The hoots of derision will tell you that decision, with the light drizzle falling now here in Southern Holland, going against the home side.
Yeah, he did well, Harry Winks. He just nudged him off the ball and then he stood his ground, got himself a free kick. No rush, slow it right down.
Winks then to take the free kick. Alderweireld, PSV will press. Dyer turns, looks to Harry Kane, headed away by Dumfries. Dyer then on the halfway line will head it forward. Lamela runs into the back of the referee. That didn't help his cause. Out of play it goes for a throw, and it will be a Tottenham throw on this near side. Just to think, they had the chances to put the game to bed as well, haven't they, Tottenham Hotspur?
Yeah, listen, they should have won this game very comfortably. They shouldn't be worried about 10 men. That this game should have been finished. And they've got a free kick again. Just slow it down.
Slow it down, look to kill the game in the closing stages. With the amount of substitutions that have been made, though, you would be looking at least 3, maybe 4 minutes of added on time to be added on by the Slovenian referee. So we've got 5 minutes remaining of normal time. So still time for PSV to conjure up an opportunity as they look for an equaliser, with Lloris sent off and Vaughan replacing him. Trippier is going to take the free kick, just in from the touchline on this near side, the left. Plays it short, actually, to Lamela. And then Trippier and Lamela combine. Bobbles away from Lamela as he looks into the penalty area. Gets away from Dumfries. There's a foul there. What did he do there? Slovenian referee's making it all about him at the minute. Lamela holds on to the ball. PSV want to take it quickly. So the red and white striped shirts will go downfield. This is going to go one direction from Zoot. It's going to go long. Zoot strikes it downfield. Headed on by De Jong. Clattered away by Alderweireld. Spurs need to dig in. Here is Dumfries. Dumfries will play it forward. Lozano can't get there. Comes towards De Jong. Sanchez did enough to put off De Jong. Spurs will clear towards Lamela. Won back by Verheber. Hendricks to Angelino. That was Trippier who caught the standing leg of Marlon on that far side. That'll be a free kick to PSV.
You've got to keep your heads, and you don't want to keep giving set pieces away. I don't know how many they've given away in the final 30 yards of the pitch or 40 yards of the pitch tonight, Tottenham. Too many in what I've saw.
Good noise inside the Philips Stadion from the PSV supporters. But even should they equalise, a draw realistically wouldn't be good enough for either side. But it would be extremely damaging for Tottenham Hotspur, who lead 2-1. Free kick for PSV into the penalty area. Sanchez will head it away. Comes out to Rosario. Little flick by De Jong. De Jong has equalised. Late drama. 3 minutes remaining, and De Jong flicks the ball past Michel Vaughan. And Tottenham, who've dominated for so long, have conceded an equaliser that could be so damaging in this Champions League campaign. It's a must-win match, and it's now 2-2.
This reminds me of the goal in Milan I saw last minute. They clear the first ball and they all switch off. They don't pick their men up, they don't get the man and think, let's get it clear first. It's alright winning the first ball, but you've got to deal with the second ball when it's not cleared the area. And that's a simple goal to give away, a terrible goal to give away.
Tottenham Hotspur will be kicking themselves. They've had the chances, they haven't put the game to bed. And PSV, with 3 minutes remaining, have levelled to make it 2-2. I can see Chris Waddle just to the left of me, just shaking his head. Dyer now will put the ball long in towards the penalty area. Headed away by Angelino. It's a corner kick to Tottenham. The PSV supporters are celebrating, but it doesn't do either side any good. And it might be a costly goal to concede for Tottenham Hotspur. Under 2 minutes remaining. Corner kick right hand side. Trippier with the outswinging corner. Alderweireld was there. Hendricks only as far as Eriksson. Need a little bit of magic now. Eriksen to Sanchez, cross blocked by a sliding Schwab, picked back up by Sanchez. The 10 men of Tottenham with Davis, comes forward left hand side, delivers it in low, blocked by Dumfries, out of play it will go for a Tottenham throw. BBC Radio 5 live here in the Philips Stadion. 2-2, commentary to come from Anfield, so don't go anywhere. Davis to Dyer, back with the Welsh international, still works over the cross, headed away by Schwab. Dyer headed forward then by Winks, hooked by Hendricks, missed a little bit by Hendricks, helped further away by Rosario, and an outstretched leg by Lozano will not keep the ball in play. And Mauricio Pochettino was asked about the concentration and the lapses that have cost his side so dear in this Champions League, and once again it may well be that case more as again for Tottenham Hotspur what might have been. Kane to Eriksen. Eriksen on the edge of the area. Eriksen works it back into the penalty area, away from Lamela, out for a goal kick.
It's just a terrible goal to give away where you've got 10 men here and 11. It was, you clear the first ball, but then you stay, you pick your men up, you make sure the ball is clear, and if it comes back in again, you've got to be around your man. It was terrible. People just switched off completely.
Switched off in the Philips Stadion. Winks comes forward. You couldn't quite say that the lights are going to go out on Tottenham's Champions League campaign, but they have got it all to do now. There have been occasions when sides have gone through before. We talked before about Manchester City, but it's very much out of their own hands. 5 minutes of added on time, which we're now into. And De Jong has got a good scoring record in the Dutch league with the equaliser. PSV have got intentions to go on and win this game against the 10 men of Tottenham after the sending off of Lloris. Marlon into the penalty area, cleared away by Alderweireld. Came back to him again, he cleared it the second time. Eriksen lifts it forward. Dyer now will run forward, charging through the centre circle. Challenge was a good one by Dumfries. Oh, I've got to say, I thought that was harsh.
Yeah.
I thought Dumfries got the ball. He's shown a yellow card.
Yeah, yellow card. Referee, I've got to say, the referee's been poor tonight. Very, very poor. He may be alright in his own league, he's not Champions League, I know that.
The Slovenian referee shows the yellow card to Dumfries, and PSV retreat. We're into the 5 minutes of added on time. BBC Radio 5 live. Trippier then for the 10 men of Tottenham to take the free kick in the centre circle. Goes down the middle, right-footed, into the penalty area, headed on by Kane. Zoot will gather it forward. They want the ball played early. PSV, just like Tottenham, it's must-win for them as well. Pointless after their opening 2 games for these two sides. That's why the pressure was on, but they haven't got the ball. Eriksen to Harry Kane. Harry Kane, challenged by Dumfries, was a good one, as Harry Kane just tried to move it and shift it onto his right foot. Little flick there by Gakpo. Marlon stopped by Trippier, stood up to the challenge well. Both sides now going for it in injury time. 2-2, 5 live here in Eindhoven. Dyer to Winks. Winks forward. Trippier on that far side, the right. Diagonal ball looking towards Harry Kane. Hasn't been dealt with. Comes to Kane. He recovered well, did Schwab. He missed the first aerial ball and then he got the block in on Harry Kane. Alderweireld, PSV go long. You attack, we attack. Both sides are just giving it everything at the minute to try and get the decisive 5th goal. Clearance by Vorm, the substitute. Hendricks will head it forward. Heart and mouth moment there, wasn't it, after Schwab missed that diagonal ball. As they look to Harry Kane once again, but he's not going to get that through towards Zoot. It goes. Persistent rain now falling in the south of Holland. Here we are in Eindhoven. PSV 2, Tottenham Hotspur 2. PSV, one maybe final attack. Dumfries joins it, right hand side, sent in the cross, headed away by Davis, comes out to Angelino, and on the half volley the left back strikes it over the bar. 2-2, Chris Waddle.
Actually come to life since he went to 10 men, hasn't it? It's like a Premier League game now, it's end to end. But Tottenham, I just can't believe Tottenham are drawing this game. They should have this one quite comfortable.
They had so many chances as well. Zoot keeping out Kane. They've hit the crossbar twice, but unable to take the opportunities, and it came back to haunt them. Another missed opportunity in the Champions League for Spurs. Is there still time to get a last-minute winner with 90 seconds remaining? Davis on the edge of the area. Kane able to turn. Kane, can he get a sight of goal? Harry Kane still going, and then he just lost his balance and allowed Schwab to clear. Trippier with the interception. Winks towards Harry Kane. Off his chest. Harry Kane! Wide. He was falling backwards as he hit it right-footed.
Oh, wow, what chances there. If he give it back to Ben Davis in the first attack, something happened.
PSV now want to go long. Everybody goes forward. Everybody's up and out of their seats inside the Philips Stadion. It's a stirring finish. But will there be one side who can just conjure up one last opportunity in the last 60 seconds? Dumfries over the halfway line, right-hand side. The 10 men of Tottenham have to retreat. Lozano pokes it forward. Gakpo to Hendricks. Lamela will win the ball in the midfield, not once but twice. Lamela's done well. Now to Harry Kane over the halfway line. Pulled back by Rosario, still going. He's got the... Oh, that was a challenge from behind. Poor one as well. Catching the calves of Harry Kane. Free kick, yellow card shown. Midfielders book Rosario. Free kick to Tottenham.
I think he took one for the team there. Tottenham looked very threatening. Harry Kane picks it up, starts running across the field with it. It's really been end to end, hasn't it? Last 10 minutes.
By my watch, we're inside the last 15 seconds of the minimum of 5 to be added on by the Slovenian referee. This will be a last throw of the dice in a must-win match. It's a free kick to Tottenham. Central position, midway through the PSV half. PSV have everybody back.
He's not going to shoot there, is he?
Well, Eriksson is lining up. It's going to have to be something special. It is Eriksson who goes for goal, strikes the two-man wall. Lozano will bring it forward, and the referee blows his whistle. It's a result that does neither side any favours as far as Group B is concerned, and Tottenham could only reflect on what might have been. The 10 men of Tottenham pegged back by De Jong's dramatic equaliser 3 minutes from time. 2-2, Chris Waddle.
Well, I've got to say, Tottenham dominated this football match and they should have won it. They went in when they went down to 10 men. They've given a terrible second goal away, lack of concentration, discipline. You know, you've got to see it through, get the ball out there, and they didn't. They paid the price, and now they'll be thinking, will Barcelona do them favours? When you don't really want their teams to rely on. But, you know, Tottenham have just shot themselves in the foot in every game I've seen in this Champions League.
Well, they're up and running in terms of their first point in the Champions League campaign, but they still have it all to do, and it's really out of their hands in Group B. It's finished here in Eindhoven. PSV Eindhoven 2, Tottenham Hotspur 2.